How's it, guys? Welcome back to RC633. We're gonna be unboxing the RGT EX136100Pro today, also known as the shooter. Comes in that blue and it comes in a rad pink. Unfortunately, to my dismay, I was not able to get the pink one. I was actually quite bummed. The pink looked quite cool. It has pink metal CNC'd axles with a pink coil over springs and that rad pink body to match. Looks like a spin off a Chev body. Looks really cool, but nonetheless the blue will work. Let's have a look at what it looks like. Get this box off and get to the good part, the car itself. But first, we've got a transmitter. Let's see. Looks to be a 6-channel transmitter. We'll get into some detail on that just now. We've got a manual, no wheel range or charger, assuming it didn't come with a battery then. We'll see when we open up the cab if there's maybe a battery in there or if there's something else in the box. I know that in some countries they've got restrictions on sending cars with LiPos, especially if it's air freighted in via courier. I did courier in this car, especially. No one else, as far as I know, has got it in SA yet, and hence the reason that I couriered it in and not via sea freight. So there's a chance that it didn't come with a battery. Sure, guys, look at that. That's a really nice looking rig. I quite like the blue. Not so bummed anymore about the pink. There's nothing else in the box here. It would seem that we do not have a LiPo with it or a wheel range or anything else apart from the manual. We'll get into that detail just now. First off, just having a look at the car, it's not a 1 to 10, it's maybe a 1 to 10.5. It's a little bit smaller than what I imagined, almost like the older RGT Jimneys we got. Yeah, a little bit smaller, not a proper 1 to 10. But that said, I actually quite like the size, the geometry on this. It's got a really nice approach angle, departure angle. The shocks feel really good. Okay, first off, let's get this plastic off. The good part. Are you ready? Oh yeah. Oh, that sound. Anyways, now that the plastic's off, have a look at that. That is a really nice body. The color is spot on. I love the, what's it, a three-tone, two-tone. It's basically a two-tone paint job with silver pinstripes on the side. We've got nice plastic detailed mirrors that fold, plastic molded door handles. There's a hard plastic molded tailgate, which I'm assuming will double up as for rigidity on the swivel mount, as this body is supposedly only clips. Yeah, it's got 2 body clips in the front and it's got a swivel mount at the back. Yes, the suspension feels really good. Let's do that conventional suspension check. The very, very primitive. No, rather it's a very, very sophisticated way to check suspension. And what do you guys think? Isn't that's solid? That's not going anywhere. It's not jumpy, it's not bouncy. It just feels really dialed in. The suspension feels great. And even, oh, these tires. Yo, these tires. There's a really nice compound on these tires. I don't know what they've really upped their game. These tires feel great. They're squishy, they're soft, they're sticky, they're very sticky. And the tread on these tires, if you have a look at that, it looks like a landmine tread, almost like a landmine tread from J Concept. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at that departure angle. I mean, that's insane. I think this is going to be a great rock crawler. It's not too heavy. I can feel that it's got a front biased weight. If you lift it up from the middle, it immediately tips forward, so the weight's on the right place. Only downside, I would say, just from what we've seen so far, is the fact that it's got glued tires. With tires, and these tires feel so great, and now we've got glued onto rims. I would just love the guys to just start putting the tires onto plastic bead locks, please. I mean, you end up wanting to change to metal or steel bead locks, and now you have to, via various methods that are available online, you have to remove these tires by either cooking them in the pots in the oven or using acetone fumes. Either way, it's a mission and it's unnecessary. So RGT, HB Toys, Traxxas, Axial, all of the above, please stop gluing tires onto wheels. I mean, I'm sure it's the cost difference between having a plastic bead lock and a glued on can't be that big. Anyways, enough ranting. So let's get this body off and have a look at the chassis. So 2 body clips in the front that we remove. Easy enough. Body lifts up, swivels, and then it seems you just push this forward. There we go. Bob's your uncle. We've got one wire lead here for the LEDs in the front. We've got light buckets in the rear if you want to fit LEDs for brake indicators and reverse lights. We've got nice clear lenses, so really a nice, it's a very rigid body. The molding they've got in the front here for the headlights and the rear for the swivel mount, it's very rigid. In general, it's a nice thick Lexan, feels decent. RGT's come a long way, even HB Toys. I said it in my last review, the body itself, a really great detailed body. So let's get into the chassis itself. Okay guys, so what do we have under the hood? We've got a 15 kilogram metal geared servo, capable up to 6 volts. We've got what looks to be a Hobbywing Mini 16 Fusion with FOC, 6-channel transmitter and receiver, metal drive shafts front and rear, gearbox transfer case. We've got aluminium chassis braces, aluminium bodied shocks, oil-filled shocks, and they're really well dampened single stage shocks. If we look at the underside, we've got a CNC'd aluminium belly plate, steel links. It's a 4-link setup, front and rear. We've got CNC'd axles. These axles are not stamped, they are very smooth, and they're small pumpkins, so they should actually slide over obstacles quite easily. They don't have a lot of places to hook on. They seem like they can work really well. I'm not the biggest fan of metal axles, saying that the Muse axles that I have on my 1-10 LCG has been brilliant. Yeah, they give a bit of extra weight, which is great. The general CG of this feels really good. The weight distribution on this, I don't have scales to test it, but just picking up in the middle, you can see it's front biased weight, so it should actually perform quite well. So yeah, let's put the body back on, put in a lipo, and see how the modulation works out as well as steering. Okay guys, so let's get a lipo into this, some batteries into the transmitter, and check out the modulation and steering on this. Okay, lipo's in, remote is on. Let's get this body back on, maybe just plug in our lights to see what that looks like. Assuming we can get power from any one of these over here. Okay, body's on, just clip it in. And there we go. Okay, clips are in, body's on. Let's check out the modulation. First off, just check out those lights. We've got, what I do like is it's a yellowish tint, so it's old school. It's not the modern LED white lights. It is more of a yellowish tint, which I quite like. It gives that real old school Chevy feel. Okay, so steering. It is a 15 kilogram servo, metal geared. Not the strongest, biggest servo, but considering this is not quite a big, heavy rig, that 15 kg servo should be okay. Always upgradable. And then let's check out modulation. So check that out, guys. FOC technology. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is the Mini 16. It's a 2200 kV motor, and as far as I know, the Mini 16 is a 3000 kV motor. So, but it does look like Hobbywing, and I mean, Hobbywing is big on FOC, so this might be a rebranded Hobbywing. Check how slow that is, even in reverse. That's really great modulation. This is a really, really nice offering. In South Africa, this is going to be selling in the region of 7,200 rands. I don't want to run it off the table, so let's just check wheels. Yo, that's got some wheel speed to it. So you've got really nice low, slow modulation, but at the same time, that's got a lot of speed. So this is going to be able to keep up while trading as well. Keep on pressing these extra channel buttons. Anyways, I think this is going to be an awesome all-rounder, and with slight modification, but maybe even not. I'll see when I take it out on the trail or on a rock crawl. I'm going to see what the weather's like tomorrow and take it out. But this has potential to be an awesome little rock crawler. Yes, doesn't have the length of a standard 313mm chassis. So on rake, on inclines and stuff, it might not hook over rocks as easy as a longer chassis, but it's got the advantage of this great approach departure angle. It's got a great overhang, so it's going to clear certain obstacles easier than a longer chassis. So you've got your pros and cons both ways, but I honestly think this is going to be a really fun rig. And having a FOC on the Fusion, I call it a Fusion, I'm assuming it's a rebranded Hobbywing, a smaller motor. I didn't check the can size on this, but it really does look like a Mini 16, assuming. But all in all, this looks like a great offering. So guys, stay tuned. There's going to be a part 2 to take it out on the trail. I'll give you some feedback soon. Thanks guys for joining. Like and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate every viewer on my channel. And I'll keep on pumping out videos as soon as I can on reviews on new cars. Next one up will be the HB Toys, the Jeep version, the blue one. It's actually got the lockable diffs front and rear, as well as the 2-speed gearbox. So basically an upgrade on the HB Toys, the Bronco that I reviewed last. So stay tuned, that's coming up as well. Thanks guys, cheers.